Alright, recently I got Metroid for the Famicom Disk System, and I kind of want to do a video talking about it. Talking about why I prefer to play this version over the NES version of the game. And there's very minor differences, and one major difference that made this game way worth playing on the Famicom Disk System, and a lot more easier, and not as much of a headache. But we'll get into that in this video. So if you like this video, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it really helps out the channel. And please share the video as well. It would really help my channel out. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs, but I'm struggling, guys. I need you guys' help, so please sub if you can. Please like. It would help out the video tremendously, and it would help it out in the algorithm. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So, like I said, I recently picked up Metroid for the Famicom Disk System. And if you guys don't know what that is, just quickly go over. The Famicom Disk System was an add-on for the Famicom that basically added additional memory through diskettes, or basically floppy disks. And it enhanced the sound, music, and sometimes added save features and other stuff. Which it did for Metroid. It added a save feature and better sound channels, stuff like that. So that's why I wanted it. So I went and picked this bad boy or girl up. And here it is right here. So here's what they look like. Just in case somebody wants to see it. There's what they look like. It's kind of hard for me to get this diskette case open here. And here's what the diskettes look like. So there's side A and there's side B. So you want to be very careful with this thing. Make sure you don't touch that magnetic strip if you get one of these. And just be very careful with these. These are kind of fragile, so be careful with them. So yeah, I picked this up for about $75-ish. And that's actually cheaper than the US version complete box. Because I also had the manual with it. The manual's right here. The manuals are like little baby little manuals, but they're really cool. And they come with a sticker sheet as well. Anyway, so I picked it up full well knowing that it had a save system. And I wasn't sure how it worked. I wasn't sure if it worked basically the same way as the password system. And it basically restarts you at the start of the game or brainstorm right when you spawn. And sadly, it does work like that, but at least you don't have to write down 4,000 character passwords. By the way, I'm being facetious. It's not really 4,000 characters, but it's a lot. It's like 16 characters or something like that, or 15, something like that. So that is a bit of a less of a headache, but I still have gripes with this game. And one of the major gripes is just how it starts. And by that I mean you start with 30 energy. And that is brutal for this game. Holy crap. And to get energy in this game, it's way more of a headache than it is in any other Metroid game that I played. Because at least in subsequent Metroid games, you can go back to your ship, you can find more energy, it's more plentiful, and there's energy recharge stations around Planet Zebes. So, unlike Metroid, you like I said, you start out with 30 energy, and you have to grind energy pellets or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called, and you only get 5 per energy pellet. It's either 5 or 10. I think you can get up to 10, like in early parts of Brinstar. I think, but I think 5 is like the minimum and the most frequent thing you get. and you can start out by getting a max of 99. So you basically have to max your health out when you start the game. You basically have to grind maxing your health out because every time you get hit, you lose like 10 to 15 health, I believe. It's something like that without the variety suit. So the game is very, very brutal in that respect. And every time you save, every time you save, I want to stress this: save the game, not continue. Save. You start at the beginning of where you spawn in the game. You still keep all the items you had, but you start at the spawn point of the game, and you start with 30 energy, and I believe whatever current missiles you had. So if you have like 5 missiles, you'll start out with 5. But I believe you might start out with more as you get more, or as you kill Kraid and Ridley. I'm pretty sure I started out with more at some point, but I don't really remember because it's kind of a blur at this point. But now the other thing is when you continue, when you strictly press continue after dying or doing the up and A on the second controller when the game's paused, when you continue, if you're if you go down to the lower part of Brinstar, or you go down to Norfair, or you go down to Torian, and then you press continue when you die, you will start at the top of whatever level you're at. Like if you went down to Norfair and died by where Ridley is, you'll start at that the elevator where you go back up. So that is one good thing, I guess, but it can also be a bad thing because, like I said, you start with 30 energy. So if you're in a hard area of the game, like Norfair, where enemies just do a lot of damage either way, even if you have the Varia suit or not, you're going to die a lot. You're going to have to find the area to replenish your health, which, funnily enough, to easily replenish your health, the easiest way is to get an energy tank. So once you get one of those, it's like freaking gold. Like you do not want to get hit that much or die because once you die, you have to get all that energy back. So that is a really really crappy part of this game that I wish they would have had more wherewithal and been like, "Huh, maybe this is a little too hard. Maybe we should tone it down a little bit." But now they were like, no, we're just gonna go balls to the wall and make this the most pain in the ass experience of a game back in 1988 that we can. So that's my first major gripe with it. My second major gripe with the game is probably a little bit worse than the first one, and that's the the issue that there is no map in the game. And every area pretty much looks the same. So, to quickly go over this and not make this video super, super long, basically, every area you go into basically looks copy and pasted. I'm trying to think of a way to put it without making it sound super like bland, but it's not like every area is copy and pasted, but there's one area in Brinstar where you go through a door and you go through another door, and then the area changes to this yellowish gold kind of color. And as you traverse through that area of Brinstar, everything starts to look the same as you get deeper and deeper into Brinstar. And I honestly got lost and turned around so many times because everything looks the same. You think you're going to the right, or you think you're going the right way, but in the back of your mind, you're also thinking, this looks the exact freaking same. So am I going the right way, or am I not going the right way? So you'll end up turning around and going back the way you came, which is back, farther back, and it's it's a pain in the butt to play a game like this because you don't know where you're going. You have no idea where you're going at all. There's no there's no discernible like topography or geography to know where the hell you are in Brinstar or Norfair, especially Norfair. Norfair is worse. The easiest part of the game is freaking Torian, the last part of the game, because that's just like a straight shot to Mother Brain, basically. But up until that point, it's brutal because you have no idea where you're going. You basically have to use a walkthrough this game, unless you're a god at video games and you can just figure shit out. Then like kudos to you because this game is tailor made for you because there is no way that I was able to figure this game out without using a video walkthrough. So, in closing, I'd like to mention a few other reasons why I got the Famicom Distance version. Like I said, there are different sound channels and things like that. The music sounds a lot better, and enemies make different noises, different screeches when you shoot them and fire at them and things like that. It's a very cool minor difference, but it adds a little bit of like flair to the game. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below of a very good comparison video of all the different sound effects and like different beeps and boops and everything. So yeah, they did a really good job. So go check that video out if you guys want to see all the differences. But I just want to do a little short video about Metroid because I love the game, but I also don't think it's aged very well. If you're gonna play this game, play it on the Nintendo Switch online service, or the better way to play this game would be to play the remake on GBA, which is Metroid Zero Mission. And that's the next thing I'm gonna play through is Metroid Zero Mission. I wish I could stream it, but I have no way to play GBA games on like my capture device because I sold my Game Boy player for my GameCube and I don't have a dock for my analog pocket. So I can't stream it unless you guys wouldn't give a shit about emulation. Um, but I would rather stream it on like pseudo actual hardware because analog is not actual hardware, but it's FPGA, so it's close enough. So if you guys want me to get a dock and stream it, let me know in the comments, and I'll wait till I get a dock to play through the game. But that's my next game to play through is Metroid Zero Mission, and then I'll probably do Fusion. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon if you do, because it really means a lot to me. It really helps out the channel a lot. Shout out to go to my Patreon supporters. Matt Y99, Reaper 7734, titled Cow, Harry Fernandez, AJ Godwa, Marcus S. That's an old Patreon supporter. Oliver Frederick, Sewell Ashby, It's Me Charles, Joe William Swift, Grip 17, Charlie McKean, Reverse Security, Zuhal, Artistic Tomahawk, Prelay Ab, Just Drew, Artie Insane, Benjamin Tellen, HHG Fan, George McConnell, X Saintis, and Elliot Scott. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel on Patreon. It does help out a lot. And thank you to my membership people as well. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. It really does help out. I can't thank you guys enough. It really does keep me going, keep this channel afloat. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.